Hello, 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 everyone. This is Dr. Missy Johnson with Fearless Women Rock, and I am just ecstatic or stoked. I don't even know where I heard that word from, but maybe it's from the voice or something. I don't know. But I'm just so excited and stoked and bananas, just to be on this journey, to do this book, Fearless Women Rock, the anthology project. Find your strength during the storm. And I just have a beautiful person who I'm going to introduce to you. And her name is Whitney Johnson, and she is now a #1 best-selling author because the book, yay! Because the book went #1 today, and it's just a phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal thing that's just happening, that's opening up to the nations, to the world. And I am just so honored and delighted just to have Whitney Johnson. Just a little snippet so y'all can know a little bit about the book, just a little snippet about Whitney. So she's one of the authors. There's 13 authors in the book, but I'm gonna let Whitney just tell you about herself, tell you about coaching with me, tell you why she did the book, and whatever Whitney wants to do. Again, this is just a little snippet. So Whitney, take it away.
Okay, so first I just want to say thank you, Dr. Missy, for being the queen of fearless. Listen, I honor you, I appreciate you, and I thank you for standing in the gap for just your vision and for those who you have partnered with in this project. So I really, really appreciate you, and I thank you for the opportunity. So I want to get into just a little bit about me, right? That's what you said?
Yeah.
Okay, so she already said my name is Whitney Johnson. And I am a licensed clinical social worker. I am also a public speaker. I'm a personal success coach. And now I can add that I am an author, #1 best-selling author. So make that caveat. And I help women overcome emotional and mental blocks to success. And so when I had the opportunity to partner with Dr. Missy, I couldn't pass it up. Like I couldn't pass up the opportunity. And so I decided to do the project because I wanted to share my story, and I've never shared my story. Now, not only am I sharing my story, but I'm also sharing it in a big magnitude. So that's it's like two, I don't want to say two victories, but yeah, 2 victories. So overcoming the fear of sharing my story, and then I've shared my story, and then once you publish or you share, you're wondering like, okay, well, are people going to be receptive? Are people going to purchase?
Tell the truth.
Yeah, so you're kind of worried about those things. So then it's a fear of, is your story going to be received within the book? And so now that's conquered because #1, #1 best-selling. So that was the reason why I decided to partner with you. And so I'm grateful for this opportunity. A little bit about my story. I don't want to give away too much. So
no,
you gotta go and get the book.
But give them the title. Give them the title and just tell them just something in the story, because I read everybody's stories and I've been knowing you for a minute. And there was something in the story and I'm not gonna tell it, you're not gonna tell it. But it was something in the story that was so moving to me. But just tell them about your title and tell them just a little bit, just a snippet.
Okay, so the title is From Raging Storm to Peaceful Waters. It has to do, without telling too much, it has to do with my internal state, what my internal state was, which was basically a raging storm. And people's raging storms look differently, and I was in a raging storm. And so it talks about the transition for me from me being at a raging storm to me transitioning to peaceful waters, which is an internal peace, a peace that nobody can take away from you, a peace that you can just stand solid and firm in and who you are. And no matter what the surroundings are looking like, you can be firm and assured that you can still have peace. So just being able to find that peace for myself without having to look for that peace to try to fill a void in a different area or another direction, I was able to go from that raging storm to peaceful waters. So from, chaos.
Come on. Peace. Yes. And the thing is, Whitney, that a lot of people always look at us, like you said, you're clinical, So clinical, what's the title again?
Social worker, licensed clinical social worker.
So a licensed clinical social worker. So people look at us as accomplished women, so we have to wear this face, but they don't know, like you were going through a raging storm, in your life, but also tell them a little bit about your background in church so they know because you're a minister.
I am. So I am a minister, and so I do share the gospel, and I do believe in face our own raging storms. And at any particular point, anybody can find themselves in a raging storm situation. And so in order for me to find that internal peace, I had to rely on my faith, and my background as a minister. And so, I preach the word, I go forth and, make an impact on different people. But I wanted to share my story so that I could reach more people, and to be able to say that, nobody's there's no exception. Nobody has an exception from experiencing life. I think that's nobody has an exception from experiencing life. And so, when I go forth and I speak and I preach the gospel, it's always a message of, hope, always a message of encouragement, and just a message that, you can go from a raging storm, whatever your storm may be, to peaceful waters.
And the thing is, that's not even the caveat in the book.
I know.
I got to get the book, but I just had to throw that in there because she is a minister. So she's they look at us and they say, oh, because when I was raised up, I ain't disrespecting nobody, but look like Aunt your mama, up in the church, just kind of old looking. So when they see us, they don't think that, we as young people are, can give the word and be authentic in the word. But that's just a little bit, of Whitney's background. But her story in the book, when I say raging storms and peaceful waters, you have to get the book because it's so much that she talks about that I didn't even know. And I'm like, people look at me and say, oh, Dr. Missy, how did you make it? And I'm reading the book. And I was like, Whitney, how did you make it? But you have to get the chapter, to read the book. So that's just a snippet. So if you could just tell the people a little bit about how it was working with me, and then just let them know that you're a fearless woman, and then we will go ahead and close this out because this is just like a little watch party.
Okay. So listen, I already shared a little bit in the beginning, but working with Dr. Missy was absolutely amazing. I'm talking about, if you have an issue, you have a problem, like she's not gonna back down from you. So whatever your issue is, whatever your problem is, whatever your concern is, she's gonna be like, okay, no, every step of the way, she's gonna be there with you. Not only is she the queen of fearlessness, but she's also coaching you on how to become fearless. Just like I said, like this was the first time I've ever shared my story. And so Dr. Missy was right there along with me to coach me on how to share my story, like what to bring out, how to word, how to, put yourself out there and not be afraid to show who you are. So that way your story can be seen, and so that way you can impact the lives of more people. And so it was a win-win for me. So it was just amazing opportunity, to work with you. And so I would recommend anybody, if you're looking for a coach, check out Dr. Missy Johnson.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm from Jacksonville, Florida.
Come on now.
So I am a Florida fearless woman who rocks. And so join the movement. If you're a fearless woman, listen, join us. Become a fearless woman who rocks.
Yes. Thank you so much, Whitney. Again, you want to get the book, Fearless Women Rock, Courageous Women, Find the Strength During the Storm. It is available on Amazon. And we appreciate you so much, Whitney. And, we're working out things between Atlanta and Jacksonville because we're coming down. And we're coming down there on a tour because we are going on a 6-city tour in 2019. So thank you, Whitney, again. And it's just a phenomenal opportunity. I'm honored to work with you because see, it's so much stuff y'all know about. When this girl is a bad girl, she got gifts and talents, but that's a type of another conversation. But she's more than a clinical psychologist. This girl is a minister. She got gifts and talents, and with all my ladies that's with me, we're going to be coming together to do something together as a collaboration, so they can share their success and share their gifts in what they have with others, because this group is so important to me. This is the incubator group, and we're going to take this city to city, country to country, and continent to continent. So thanks again, Whitney. And remember, get that book. And Whitney's chapter is,
Yes, get that book.
tell me,
From Raging Storm to Peaceful Waters.
absolutely. Thank you, Whitney. Thank you so much.